Formula One power units are incredibly complicated pieces of technology. That is why they are so expensive. One of the biggest expenses for a Formula One team these days, if they are a customer team, not an actual power unit supplier like Mercedes do for their own cars, Ferrari do for their own cars. If you're actually a customer team, you have to pay tens of millions of dollars throughout the entire year to get these power units, because they are not just internal combustion engines. The ICE, the internal combustion engine, is just part of the overall package, part of the power unit, because you've also got electrical deployment in there as well with systems such as the MGUK. But how do these engines actually work? Well, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this, guys. I'm just going to summarize it as best I can here on the channel as always. So Formula One power units are not simply just engines. They are hybrid systems. They have internal combustion engines, traditional engines, and also the electrical deployment we talked about before. They are a hybrid. They are not solely electric, and they are not solely internal combustion or fossil fuel powered cars. The ICE part of the power unit is a 1.6 litre turbocharged V6 engine, and it has sophisticated energy systems in the form of the MGUK and the MGUH. The MGUK recovers kinetic energy. That's what the K stands for, kinetic, during braking. Essentially, when you use the brakes in your car, in a racing car, in a Formula One car, heat is produced. Those brakes slow down the car, friction is caused, and that's why the brakes heat up. And indeed, in Formula One, you can of course get the brake disc glowing at almost 1000 degrees Celsius. That produces a massive amount of energy, which can be converted from heat into kinetic energy. Energy can always be converted. Anybody who studied physics or engineering or anything like that will know that. But just for the purposes of this, it can be converted, and that's what this does. Instead of that just being effectively wasted and put out into the environment, it is harvested using the MGUK and then makes electrical power that is redeployed as a certain amount of kilowatts or brake horsepower, depending on how you look at it, to help propel the car forwards. But what about the MGUH? Well, that captures the heat from the exhaust gases. So again, instead of the exhaust gases just being output to the environment, these instead wind up turbines that produce energy from this, and again, that is redeployed as forward propulsion for the car. Now, there's not an unlimited amount of energy, and indeed earlier on in the V6 turbo hybrid era, we had around some power circuits like Baku, like Monza, Silverstone as well, Spa, where the teams would actually not be able to deploy full electrical energy for the entire lap. Nowadays, the systems are far more efficient, and indeed, I think Mercedes actually reached in 2021, I want to say, 50% thermal efficiency, i.e. if you put 2 joules, and let's use joules because that is a unit of energy here just for argument's sake and simplicity's sake, if you put 2 joules into the engine, you would get 1 back out to then reuse. That is an incredibly efficient use of energy. Like, if every car did that on the roads, we'd have a lot less problems when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions here around the world. But let's not talk about global warming, let's focus on Formula One. All that electrical energy is sent over to the electrical storage, and then it's obviously redeployed as forward propulsion for the car to move as fast as possible, and these cars produce over 1000 horsepower now currently. Now that is set to decrease for 2026. We've got different regulations coming in. It'll be 50% electrical energy and 50% internal combustion energy. Right now it's something roughly around 75% produced by the internal combustion engine and around 25% give or take from the electrical side, although that does vary from circuit to circuit and team to team and engine supplier to engine supplier. But yeah, I hope that's a good summary for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I always love talking about the engineering and the technical aspects of Formula One because it's what I trained in. It's what I did my degree in, basically. But yeah, hope you're having a great day over in the world today, guys, and we'll see you soon for much more content like this. Head over to the F1chronicle.com as well. We've got loads of articles, including the one about this as well, that goes into far more depth than I can do in this 5-minute or so video. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and have a fantastic day, guys. See you very soon.